Hi guys, it's Regan from Concourse Marketing. In today's video, we're going to cover the 7 core advantages of SEO, search engine optimization. And we're going to cover this for people who are wanting to get into SEO, learn more about SEO, also people who are looking to invest into search engine optimization in the near future. So let's jump into this with number 7, advantage number 7. So the first one we're going to get into is SEO anticipates the future. So what do we mean by this? So in short, you can actually become the Nostradamus of marketing if you know what you're doing with the right research in terms of your keyword research and understanding SEO and how it works. So the first thing to understand is SEO is taking the guesswork out of your content creation. And what we're doing is we're looking at historical search data. So we're looking for specific words that have been searched in a certain order in terms of the characters that gets the most amount of traffic, but also is relatively low difficulty to rank for. So we want the low hanging fruit in the search engine results pages. So when we say SEO anticipates the future, what we're actually doing is looking at historical data and past search inquiries, looking at what people actually search, okay, and actually put into Google when they're looking for a product, a service, or to be educated or informed. And then we're creating a piece of content that captures that person in an optimal way. So just to give an example of this, so in the blog post that we wrote, we actually uncovered 2 different keywords, so vape pen and e-cig. Both similar keywords, they mean pretty much the same thing. But if we look at it, we can see e-cig actually gets 14,800 searches in terms of volume a month, whereas vape pen gets 22,200. So if we're going for target alone, if we're going for traffic alone, of course, vape pen is going to be the winner there because it's getting more search traffic. But then when we take it a step further, we can look at keyword difficulty. We can see that e-cig is also much more difficult to rank for. So it's an absolute no-brainer in this case that we'd use the word vape pen over e-cig. One, because it's easier to rank for in the search engine results pages, the SERPs. But secondly, because it gets more traffic as well. So you're getting 2 birds with 1 stone in that sense. Point number 6, SEO finds people ready to buy. So what do we mean by this? So in this context, let's compare it to a Facebook advertisement. So when you're on Facebook and there's different advertising options, you can target different psychographics, demographics, locations, geographics. You can actually target, certain people that might follow certain groups. So for example, if you wanted to target, let's say we're selling hair extensions, you could target Sophie, who's 24, who follows 4 hair and beauty groups and pages, and you've got a pretty good, segment to target there on Facebook. Now, the only problem is that when Sophie scrolls past this on a news feed, she's not necessarily primed and ready to buy hair extensions. In fact, she might have just bought some hair extensions and still scroll past your advertisement, and that's why she doesn't click on the ad. Now, when we're talking about search engine optimization, if you put it in the context of Sophie actually writing in Google hair extensions and her location, so whether that be Doncaster, hair extensions, Barnsley, as she's writing that in, we know there's a high chance she's ready to convert. She's looking for hair extensions and she's searching it manually into the search engine herself. So if you compare that in the context of Facebook, she could just scroll past the advert. She might be in a bad mood. She might not necessarily be looking for hair extensions that day, and she scrolls past the advertisement. But in a search engine optimization context, she's manually put it in. So we know that she's ready to make a purchase decision. So it's that finding people when they're ready to buy, what we call intent searching. So when someone's searching with the intention to purchase, that is one of the most overlooked advantages of search engine optimization, especially when you compare it to different marketing methods across the board. Okay, advantage number 5, SEO is long-term. So at first, this might seem like a disadvantage, and a lot of people trying to sell search engine optimization, they actually feel like it is a disadvantage because the fact it is long-term means it takes longer for a certain payoff, a certain ROI, return on investment. So why is it an advantage? Well, the reason it's an advantage is because most short-sighted business owners who don't see the benefit of it simply drop off after not getting results instantaneously, not getting that instant gratification from the campaigns, And it leaves the advantage to people who understand the nature of SEO, that it is a long-term project and it's got long-term sort of reward, okay? That if the people who understand that and continue to consistently produce quality content that, is exactly what people in their niche are looking for, can really capitalize on that. And again, it factors into the people that the fact that most people, they need instant gratification. They want to see, after I invest in month one, what was the return? And because of that, that is a massive disadvantage to them. If you understand the nature of the long-term prospect of it, it's a massive advantage that you've got over different business owners in your niche, in your industry. Advantage number 4, SEO is an inbound game, okay? And we talk about invitation versus interruption here, okay? Now, speaking just about from experience, I come from a background of outbound telemarketing. So one of my first jobs, 2 years as an outbound sales agent, team leader, sales manager, and understanding how difficult cold calling can be to break through the noise. You're dealing with 6 phone calls and then another follow-up call. And this is what we're talking about when we're talking about invitation marketing versus interruption. The two extremes, that is a perfect extreme. So cold calling would be the most obvious form of interruption marketing. You're calling somebody who doesn't know you. They don't know what, you don't know what sort of mood they're in. They could have the worst news of their life as you've just called them. And you're trying to, make an introduction in terms of, winning business over or generating a lead from that call. So that'd be to the end of the scale of interruption marketing, where you literally, you're calling somebody up and it could be the worst day of their life, and you're trying that you're getting them on your time. Okay, it's not to when they want to talk to you. On the flip side, SEO, and it's the very flip side, is complete invitation marketing. So you're dealing with leads and prospects that are coming for you and holding their hand up. So they're searching something right now in the search engine, a keyword. They're finding your landing page, your blog on the search engine results pages, the SERPs. They're clicking on that. They're hitting your page. They see a call to action. It requests for a name and email, a full name, email and address maybe. They're manually putting that in and they're hitting submit to whatever offer you've got on there, whatever lead magnet you've got in place or call to action. That quality of that lead that's just come through, the qualified, the pre-qualified, especially if you build your landing page with upfront pricing, so they know your pricing, and it's just a much more high quality lead. Now, it's very careful. You've got to be really careful here, because I'm not considering that you throw outbound out the window completely. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Interruption marketing and outbound marketing still very impactful and very effective, but invitation marketing is where we're heading, especially as we're heading to 2022. Advantage number 3, okay, SEO is grounded in the truth. So this sounds a little bit philosophical, a little bit deep, but it is true. So like all marketing, effective marketing, you want it data driven. You want it on stats and numbers and actual facts. So a lot of marketing in certain industries can be left to speculation and creativity and different projects, and a lot of marketing is really hard to measure. For example, try measuring the effectiveness of a billboard. How many people saw it that day? I mean, we know roughly how many people walk past the billboard. But if we're looking at in terms of SEO, why is it grounded in the truth? Everything about it is data driven. You're looking at the actual numbers that somebody is searching right now. It's not guesswork. You're building content based on what's already in demand. So, you're not just formulating off the top of your head, oh, this might be a good idea for my audience. You're seeing in the search engines what's being searched, what is demanded, and then you're fulfilling that demand with a nice piece of content that meets the user's need and meets their intention of the search and actually satisfies what they're looking for, whether that's to be educated, informed, or whether it's to purchase a product. Just a little bonus point on that. If you are the type of person who you find in your creative process, you like to come up with your own ideas and create content on the back end of that, and instead of going off of data, that's fantastic. And, if you're the sort of person who you're just absolutely certain that you want to do a piece of content because it's a good idea to you, you should do that. But also SEO can complement that, because let's say, for example, you want to create a piece of content, you've got a great idea for it, then you ground it into the keyword research. you might find during your keyword research that actually what you was going to do is just a slight bit off what's actually in demand. Then you can compromise. You can create a piece of content that you feel good about doing and is authentic to you, whilst also having your foot in the actual data and making the content meet the actual demand that's being searched in the search engines right now. SEO advantage number 2. So SEO drives significant results. Okay, so just to name a few of the results that we've got highlighted in the blog: organic traffic increased, reach, conversions on your website, more time spent on your website, revenue via sales directly from your website, your brand awareness, you're putting out content, you're becoming an authority and a trusted expert in the field by delivering content, appointments, consultations, you can drive them through your website specifically, more rankings in the search engine results pages, and then, as mentioned earlier, the actual quality of the leads that you're going to generate are at the next level because it's invitation and it's hands up, I'm looking for the product, I'm looking for the service. The key to driving results across these areas is a custom SEO strategy, which is on-page SEO, off-page SEO, localized SEO, and it's the right mixture of those tactics in the context of your business, how long you've been in business, what's your existing domain authority, what are the opportunities that surround your business in terms of search, that really can drive the significant results. So it's getting someone in who that can have a look at your business, have a look at the opportunities and capitalize on that right now. Advantage number 1. Okay, so the last advantage is the fact that SEO can provide you with strategic direction overall. So if you find yourself in a position right now, you might be a little bit lost in terms of what to do, in terms of content, in terms of marketing, and you might have run out of ideas. It happens to everybody, writer's block, whatever you want to call it. SEO can provide direction. By doing keyword research around your industry, around your niche specifically, you can look, for example, at what questions are being asked right now in the search engine that need answering in your space. So, for example, if you're in the vape pen business, you sell vape pens, for example, you might not be sure, what do I do? What sort of content do I do about vape pens? Do I do reviews? Do I do this? And then you run out of ideas. Well, let's have a look at the search data and the keyword research. You might find that people want to know more about the health consequences of a vape pen, or they might want to know the difference between one vape pen from another. They might want to know what's the difference between a vape pen and an e-cig. And by looking at what's actually being searched in terms of what questions are being asked, you've got ideas. Okay guys, so that's the 7 core advantages of SEO, search engine optimization. If you feel like I've left anything off the list, make sure you comment below. In terms of just a recap, we've got number 7, anticipates the future. Number 6, finds people ready to buy. Number 5 is long-term. Number 4, it's an inbound game. Number 3, it's grounded in the truth, in statistics. Number 2, it drives significant results. And lastly, it can provide you with strategic direction if you're in a rut right now. So with those 7 in mind, like I said, comment below if you feel like there's something missing off the list. If you want to read the full blog as well, link in the description, make sure you click on that. If there's something that I went over and you want to have a bit more in depth on that, click the link, it's all there, it's all ready for you. And then lastly, if you're looking for SEO, we are offering an SEO starter package right now, and you can get started for just $2.99, and it's a full on-page audit of your website. You're going to get a landing page, a blog included, sitemap, your redirections, it's all included. Go check it out. The links are in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.